Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. What is unfolding right now in the NFL is nothing short of staggering. An event so colossal, so game-changing, that it threatens to reshape not only the future of the Baltimore Ravens but the very landscape of the AFC. I'm talking about a secret so closely guarded that only a handful of insiders even know it exists. Today, I'm here to peel back the layers of this mystery, to connect the dots, and to reveal what could very well be the biggest off-season blockbuster of 2026. Stay with me because what I'm about to share, reality cloaked in secrecy, will blow your mind. Trust me, this isn't just a rumor, it's a strategic chess move that might just define the Ravens' next decade. And if you're one of the true believers, one of those who refuses to be kept in the dark, then hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring the bell. Because what I'm about to drop could change everything. The insiders already know, but the truth is, they're just waiting for the right moment to strike. Now let's get into what I've uncovered, because this is a scenario so layered, so intricate, that it could only come from the deepest corners of NFL intel. Here's what's truly happening behind closed doors. And trust me, what I'm about to tell you might just be the tip of an iceberg so massive it could sink entire franchises. The Baltimore Ravens, after firing John Harbaugh, yes, the legendary coach who built their identity for nearly 2 decades, are now in full rebuild mode. But make no mistake, what's brewing behind the scenes isn't just a coaching change. It's a seismic shift. Jesse Minter, fresh from the Chargers' defensive ranks, has the task of turning around one of the league's most promising yet inconsistent rosters. Lamar Jackson, once the darling of the MVP race, has had his star dimmed by injury, inconsistency, and a roster that's in flux. And the biggest question mark? How to elevate an offense that struggled at key moments in 2025, especially at the tight end position, an area that's been the Ravens' Achilles heel for years. Meanwhile, in Buffalo, Dawson Knox is at a crossroads. A player many considered a franchise cornerstone just a few seasons ago, Knox enters the final year of his deal amid swirling speculation about his future. The Bills, with their looming salary cap crisis, a staggering $11.61 million over in 2026, are left pondering whether Knox fits into their long-term blueprint. Could he be a cap casualty, or is there a bigger plan at play? One that involves an audacious move that could shake up the entire AFC? Stay with me, because what I've found points toward something unprecedented. But first, let me build the case. Because every great move in this league, every dynasty, starts with understanding the needs, the gaps, and the opportunities. And right now, the Ravens' weaknesses are glaring. Let's break down what's wrong in Baltimore. Their offense, while explosive at times, has fallen short in consistency. Lamar Jackson, still a dynamic force, needs more weapons to maximize his unique skill set. The offensive line has had moments of brilliance, but also costly lapses. Their pass protection ranked in the bottom third of the league last year. The tight end position, in particular, has been a revolving door. Mark Andrews is the star, no question, but his health has been a concern, and the depth behind him is thin. Isaiah likely showed flashes, but injuries and inconsistency have hampered his development. The Ravens need a proven, reliable red zone threat. Someone who can stretch defenses vertically and make clutch plays when the game is on the line. Now, let's talk about film, because the analytics don't lie. Baltimore's offense under Minter will likely lean heavily on Lamar's dual-threat ability. But in today's NFL, that's not enough. They need a tight end who can be a reliable target in clutch moments. Someone who can dominate matchups against linebackers and safeties, a mismatch nightmare. The kind of player who can be your secret weapon, your X-factor. And that's where the story gets even more intriguing. The solution is Dawson Knox. Yes, Dawson Knox. I know some of you just did a double take, but hear me out. Knox isn't just another tight end. He's a rare talent, a player who combines elite red zone production with the size, speed, and hands that make defenses tremble. In 2021, Knox set the Bills' franchise record for most touchdown receptions by a tight end in a season with 9, and that's not just a fluke. His ability to find soft spots in zones, to make contested catches, and to create yards after the catch makes him a perfect fit for the Ravens' scheme. Watching his game film, you see a player who is a mismatch at every level. On the film, Knox's athletic profile stands out, a smooth route runner for his size with excellent ball skills. His height, 6'4", and wingspan give him an advantage in contested situations. His yards after catch stats, averaging 10.8 to 12 yards per reception at his peak, show he's not just a red zone threat, but a true move-the-chains guy. His reliability in playoffs, including clutch touchdowns against Miami and Pittsburgh, demonstrates he rises under pressure. And perhaps most important, his proven chemistry with Josh Allen, which could seamlessly transfer to Lamar Jackson, especially given the Ravens' emphasis on dual-threat versatility. Now, let's look at the numbers. Over his career, Knox has accumulated 171 receptions for about 1,600 yards and 26 touchdowns through 2023. His production dipped in 2023 due to injury, but in 2024, he bounced back with 22 receptions and a critical postseason TD. He's not just a blocker. He's a dynamic weapon split out wide or in the slot, capable of taking over games in moments when defenses are gassed. The analytics paint a picture of a player still trending upward, with room to grow into a more targeted, consistent threat. The Bills' recent struggles to use him fully in 2024 could actually be an advantage for Baltimore, if the price is right, of course. So, how could this trade happen? Here's where the magic of NFL negotiations kicks in. The Ravens are known for their strategic cap maneuvers and creative trade packages. Buffalo, on the other hand, finds itself in a peculiar position, a talented but expensive player nearing the end of his rookie deal, facing potential cap cuts, but also holding a player whose value might never be higher. Knox's cap hit at $17.068 million makes him a tempting but costly option. Buffalo could look to recoup draft picks or young players, especially given their tight cap situation and the emergence of Dalton Kincaid as the future TE1. In terms of logistics, Baltimore could offer a first-round pick, perhaps their 2026 first or a future pick, along with a mid-rounder to sweeten the deal. Buffalo would likely seek an additional young player or a veteran who can contribute immediately. The key here is the cap gymnastics. With Buffalo needing to shed salary, they might absorb some of Knox's deal in exchange for draft capital, or they could simply swap a late-round pick to offset the cap hit. The winners in this scenario. Buffalo gains draft assets and possibly frees up cap space to re-sign or develop younger talent. Baltimore, on the other hand, gets the perfect weapon to complement Lamar Jackson and make their offense truly unpredictable. The trade would send shockwaves through the league, a statement that the Ravens are serious about contending now and in the future. Let's analyze the scheme fit. The Ravens under Minter prioritize versatility on offense, and Knox's skill set aligns beautifully. He can line up in multiple spots, inline, slot, or even split wide, giving Lamar Jackson a true mismatch in the passing game. His ability to create separation and win contested catches makes him ideal in third-and-forever situations. Plus, his experience in high-pressure playoff games adds a veteran edge that the Ravens need to elevate their postseason performance. In comparison, Knox can be seen as a more reliable version of some of the other young tight ends across the league. Think of him as a slightly less athletic but more seasoned version of Kyle Pitts, or a more consistent target than a raw rookie. If he joins Baltimore, he instantly becomes a focal point, a safety valve for Lamar, and a matchup nightmare for defenses. Now, what's the worst-case scenario? Perhaps injuries continue to hamper Knox's explosiveness, or he doesn't gel as quickly with Lamar. Maybe the Ravens' offensive scheme isn't as friendly to tight ends as once believed, or the Bills leverage his value to get an even better package. But the upside far outweighs these risks. The potential for a seamless fit and immediate impact is undeniable. Finally, what's the timeline for all this? The NFL offseason is a whirlwind. Expect whispers and negotiations to pick up once the Super Bowl concludes, with the trade potentially announced during the combine or early free agency period. The league's best insiders already have their eyes on this move. Believe me, the moment the talking heats up, you'll see the ripple effects across every game next season. In my professional opinion, this isn't just a rumor. It's a calculated, strategic move rooted in logic, film study, and insider intelligence. The Ravens are not just acquiring a player, they're making a statement. They're telling the league, we're here to dominate, And we will do it with a new weapon, with a new mindset, and with the kind of boldness that only the truly great teams understand. Dawson Knox to Baltimore isn't just a possibility. It's destined to happen if the stars align. Keep your eyes peeled because this story is just beginning. The NFL's offseason has never been hotter, and the real drama is just starting to unfold. And remember, in this league, the bold always rise to the top. The question now is, will the Ravens be bold enough? When the dust settles, one thing, as for sure, the game will never be the same.